Yo everybody, haven't done just a good old-fashioned unboxing, but here today I have the brand new Rode VideoMic Go II, and I really want to know how this mic performs on the C70. For the last year, I've been using the Rode VideoMic NTG on the C70, and for some reason on the 3.5 millimeter input, it's kind of noisy. The mic that's performed the best with the C70 has been the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. And that mic is great, but it's more expensive than the VideoMic NTG. And the NTG works really, really well with my EOS R and the EOS R5. And hopefully I'll have soon an R5C, and this mic will continue to work well with that. But I need something just a little bit nicer than the scratch audio mics on the C70 for some upcoming projects. So I wanted to see if the VideoMic Go II sounded a little bit better than the NTG on top of the C70. The only weird thing is the VideoMic Go II, the windscreen is still out of stock. So I got this from B&H. They didn't send it to me. I paid for it with my own money. And I ordered it with the windscreen, but the windscreen's not here. So hopefully that arrives in time before the upcoming project. But let's unbox it. Let's see what's inside the box and plug it into the C70 and hear how it sounds. Here's the box. We've got a little piece of plastic here holding it shut. We'll open that up. And this should slide right out. Very nice. This is very reminiscent of the VideoMic NTG packaging, showing us what's inside. Let's see here, it looks like this, no, this opens up, and then that opens up. Great, here is the tiny, tiny little mic. It's got their Rode quality assurance on there. It's very, very light, and the way I'm going to be using it is it's going to get power from the mic port, and that will power it, but I can also plug it in USB-C into my computer and use it as a sound card, essentially. And then here's the mic's shock mount, these kind of partnership with Rycote. I don't know. I don't know if they still partner with Rycote because they don't have Rycote on them anywhere. It just says Rode now. They must be just licensing the design there. But let's get this on here. But yeah, very, very light. Especially in comparison to the VideoMic NTG, but there's no gain control on the back. That's I think the big thing that I'm going to be missing, aside from the high and low gain setting. I really love that the Rode VideoMic NTG and the VideoMic Pro Plus have full volume or gain in the left channel and then a reduced level in the right channel. But my plan is to primarily use this with the C70, so I can already split channel 3 and 4. I can put the mic on channel 3 and 4 and then split high and low anyway, so not as big of a deal. That is one of the things that kind of felt like it was overkill using the Rode VideoMic NTG on the C70. Let's see, okay, so there's the mic. Also in the packaging, here is the cable. It doesn't seem to come with a USB-C cable for using it as a USB-C, audio card mic, but not a big deal. The only thing that I kind of wish that this mic had, when I plug this mic into a computer and use the Rode app on my Mac, or if you're on a PC, you can set a pad on it, and I find that these Rode mics do tend to be a little hot. So I would probably find that this mic is also a little on the hot side. Listening to other people's tests, that seems to be the case. And I feel like I would probably want to put a 10 dB pad on, which you can do when it's plugged into the computer, but you can't access just, using it regularly. So I would like to see maybe some sort of firmware update that lets us keep some sort of like pad on, because these mics tend to be just a little more sensitive, especially when I'm speaking. I've got kind of a present voice, so I could see this possibly my voice being a little too much for this mic. I don't know. We'll see. But it's a nice size. It's not quite as small as the Video Micro that's been out from Rode, but it should provide a nice little sound there. So there it is on top of the C70. The cable's nice and long that even if I had that top handle on, I should have plenty of slack to make it back to the mic port here. Yeah, that cable might be just a little too long. So I also have some of the older Rode mics, and actually this is one to adapt it to go to like an iPhone. But I got these other really small ones. I really liked how right angle-y and slim the side is, because I don't want to break the side of the port on the camera or break the cable off inside of the camera. And you know, kind of compared to the Rode size cable, it's quite a bit slimmer plug-wise. If I push the plug to the same point, this, you know, I'm saving like 2 or 3 millimeters of space, which can be crucial if there's something to happen with the mic port. If something were to bang that and break it off or break the port, you know, having a cable that's more flush to the camera is ideal. But let's start this test with its original mic cable and see if the cable does do some sort of coloration. Let's do some testing here. So here's what I was talking about. I currently have the 3.5 mil going into channels 3 and 4, and while I don't have controls, physical controls on the back, I can just set one high and one low. So I can set this one up. The 25 is pretty good. I'm kind of hitting that. This isn't -6 on Canon cameras, that's -10. But when I'm facing the mic, it'll be a little bit louder, so that'll be good. And then I can set this like 10 lower, and that should balance out. If we look at my meters again, yeah, I don't have anything going into the XLR ports or mini XLR, and then I'm bouncing 10. Well, maybe that is a bit too low. Let's change this over to maybe 20. And if we look at that again, yeah, okay. So now I'm hitting about 6 dB below. Let's split the difference. Let's go like -17. All right, there we go. Now I'm about 10 dB below, maybe 8 dB below the main volume. So if I'm talking there, I've got a little bit of a safety underneath on that. Okay, so I've got my settings dialed in. Let's hit record. And this is a test of the Rode VideoMic Go II on the C70. Let's hear how it sounds. I guess I could just put headphones on. Also, why is the headphone jack so much more reinforced on the C70 than the mic jack? I still don't understand why that's the case. But this sounds pretty good in the headphones. I guess I should put the Rode VideoMic NTG on to have some sort of comparison. But you're hearing the Rode VideoMic Go II plugged into the C70. I think this is cleaner. I think this is working the way I want it to. Let me swap these mics. This is the Rode VideoMic NTG on the C70, and I hear a bit more hiss. I'm not gonna process this anyway. This is just the audio right out of the camera. Yeah, I feel like there's some baseline hiss to this. Let me swap back. And now we're back on the Rode VideoMic Go II on the C70. And yeah, this is clean. This is what I was hoping for. I think I'm happy with this. The only thing I want to fix on the mic is the Rode logo on the foam. I think I'm going to just take a black Sharpie and black it out while I'm waiting for the windscreen to arrive, because I like Rode. I don't mind like advertising for them or whatever, but I want to try to stay a little more incognito. So I'm gonna black that out. Let's do that. Typical black Sharpie marker. Just gonna fill in the Rode logo on the foam here. I loved watching, I think it was John Green, might have been Hank, but they did some like tests of like what was the best marker to sign your name on your book. Not that I'm writing a book. I can barely finish reading a book, let alone write one. But the Sharpie, the classic Sharpie, I believe, was the winner of the best bang for value best value for writing names, how many times they could write their name with a single marker. And yeah, I think Sharpie took the cake. Now this is quickly degrading this Sharpie. It's eaten away at it, but I've had this Sharpie for a number of months, so I feel okay kind of destroying this Sharpie to kind of cover up the Rode logo. That looks a lot better. I feel like I've also kind of wanted a Shure MV7. The one with, I don't need the one with the mini USB, because like, why didn't they put USB-C in it? That's silly. Just the one that's XLR, but it says Shure on the side, and it looks like a mini SM7B, except it's got the Shure logo on the side. I think I would end up covering that up, and I think Patrick Tomaso made a nice video about how he covered up the Shure logo. It wasn't just with a Sharpie. He like fully went out and got some spray paint and spray painted the mic. But this is good enough. This is just to get me by until the windscreen comes out, arrives. I ordered it. It should be here once B&H has it in stock. All right, that looks a lot better. Anyway, that's it. That's the Rode VideoMic Go II. So far, so good. Probably the next couple videos you see from the C70 from me will be with this mic on top. So let me know what you think, how it sounded. And if you liked this video, if this was helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more weird experiments with technology and cameras and stuff, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Peace.